Girl, you've got questions. Questions about your body and how to feel good in it, about your hormones and how to keep them in check. Questions about your sex life and your whole health. Can you imagine having a best girlfriend who was also a triple board certified OBGYN? A girlfriend doctor you could call and ask or tell her anything. Someone who could show you how to live any stage of life, before, during, or after menopause, in a big, bold, and beautiful way. Well, friends, I'm your girlfriend doctor. I believe you are meant to flourish and shine, to embrace life and awaken to all its possibilities. Let's get there together. Welcome to our show. Welcome, everyone, to 2021. This is Dr. Anna here, and I'm excited to be here and starting off this new year in an amazing way. We've got so many new and exciting things that are coming out for you guys this year. And the first and most dear to my heart is our Girlfriend Doctor Club. And in the Girlfriend Doctor Club, we are kicking off this new year with a Keto Green Detox Challenge. And it is going to be super fun and transformative and a great way to get you kickstarted into this new year feeling physically better. People that do my Keto Green Detox at the end of the challenge feel 80 to 100% better very quickly. And I want that for you too. In the Girlfriend Doctor Club, we are doing this together. Membership is $1 in January. And go to dranna.com/club and you can join us too. And I can't wait to see you inside the club. It's going to be amazing. Well, new year, New Year's resolutions, not this year, New Year's resolutions for me. What we're going to do in the Girlfriend Doctor Club and community here, we're going to do #Futureboards. It's really important to understand that when we visualize and feel what we want to become and what we want to manifest in our lives, that we get there that much quicker, that much faster. And I'm bringing on our guest today to really help us create this vision, this future board, so to speak, this future board to really help us in areas of career, relationships, health, and wealth, and what is most important for you. So this is a fun episode. Get your pen and paper out, get ready to take notes, and let's dive right in. Welcoming on to the Girlfriend Doctor Show is Sarah Centrella. She is a 2 times #1 best-selling author of the books Hustle, Believe, Receive. And the book we're going to talk about today, #Futureboards. She is the premier manifesting expert and creator of #Futureboards. She's a master life coach and worked with professional athletes in the NBA, NFL, and celebrities and thousands of people around the world. I just love what she's doing. And I'm so excited to share her wisdom and talent with all of you guys today. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome to the Girlfriend Doctor Show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Dr. Anna. It's so wonderful to get a chance to meet you and, of course, talk all about manifesting with Futureboards.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at your future boards behind you, just loving them, loving that. So I know you're going to tell us a little bit about your journey, your story, and why you're so passionate about these future boards.
Yeah, so my story is now started about 12 years ago with a rock bottom moment when I found out that my then husband had been living a double life, was having an affair. And at the time, it was the bubble. We had just lost our house and I had 3 little tiny babies, hadn't worked for 2 years. So it was the explosion of my entire life is a good way to put it. And so as I started rebuilding my life, I realized I had to start from scratch and I didn't know what else to do other than start imagining a new life completely. And that led me to starting to Google for pictures that matched the life I was creating in my head, which led to my very first future board in 2009. And they have been manifesting ever since. I've manifested, I think I'm on my 9th board at this point and completely different life. So it's been a really incredible journey.
Well, I have to tell you, I love this. I love your book, and I love the stories you tell, and that it's just a handbook, and a workbook. Really, you talk about journaling and everything in it. And I've been just writing throughout the pages and filling out all this information as we work to create our future boards. I want you to help our guide our audience into creating their first future board. And first thing, you talk about blocks that we've got to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with ourselves, and these things could be blocking us. Will you talk about those 3 blocks?
As soon as you start to dream of a new life for yourself or start to imagine something different, almost immediately you start to have excitement at first. And then the second thing that comes in is what I call a block. And for a lot of people, they are money blocks. I mean, that's a big, big one. So if I'm dreaming of something amazing, the first thing my brain wants to do is say, how much does that cost? When can I get the money? And all of that type of stuff. So if money is something that you know has already been kind of holding you back or blocking you, that's when you definitely want to do the homework on before you can get to the place where you're finding the pictures and actually manifesting. The second one is about worthiness. And this is a real thing. I think women, especially, I do lots of work with women, have a lot of kind of hangups about worthiness. So, if I'm up leveling my life and I'm getting all of my dreams, am I really worthy of success? All that kind of stuff. So if any of that, is circulating, we want to remove that as well so that you can start to live those dreams that you're creating. And then our next one is what I call a low-key martyr, which is kind of that place where it's like, oh, I don't need all that. I'm just fine. And if that's the case, we also want to dig in there and get that out so that you really can start creating and ultimately living the life you deserve and the life you dream of.
It's really key for me because in that self-sacrifice, right? It's like,
Mhm.
oh, well, I don't need to have that. Or, then we're playing small. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And I think what happens is I always say, okay, if someone was going to hand you an all expenses paid trip to, let's say, Paris first class, who in the world is going to turn that down, right? So when you look at it like that, then most people are like, okay, I would probably do that. But can I dream that I'm worthy of creating that myself? Then all of a sudden it gets a little bit uncomfortable. And most people will choose to play small in that scenario. So I always say, if there is a remote, piece of you that wants it, you have to claim it first before you're ever going to live it. So own it. Say, yes, this is my dream. I want that to happen. And that's the first step to ever living it.
And I think that realization, like even just sitting down and saying, okay, well, really do I want to manifest? And that can be really hard. So get us started on this and creating our future boards.
I think that is honestly the hardest part for most people. I think people think they know what they want, but then when they get down to do some of this work, realize they have no idea what they
Right.
want, that they have stopped dreaming. They didn't even realize they had stopped dreaming. Most people totally stop dreaming in their 30s and 40s and beyond. And so it's super important for you to do this work. In fact, you mentioned the book, right? We have, there's 3 sections. You have to do all this work before you ever get to a place to find pictures, because until you really understand what you want your future life to look like, finding pictures isn't going to make any difference. And that's why this is so very different than a traditional vision board, because this is a personally crafted look at what's coming in my future, what I'm working towards, what I want in every area of my life. It's like future casting. It's, the same thing we do when we buy a house, we get an architect, or when we want to get in shape, we get a trainer and we come up with a plan. People just don't think to do that for their life. And that's really what this is.
I like that, creating a plan, getting a trainer, being able to be guided onto this journey to get clear. And I found it really so good because we always will start the New Year's with resolutions, right? But no, not us, not in the girlfriend doctor community. We are starting with our future boards because because there's, and you talk about those blockages and how they can hold us back. And I see that so often in working with women in my communities. We often do some live hot seats, and these are true blockages that hold us back, hold us from investing in our health. And one thing I would say, health is wealth. And that is one of our first, that's a pillar for us. That is, how we can flourish from the inside out and the outside in, right? And how critically important that is. And you define a few different areas in our lives, and like each area gets its board, essentially gets its vision, and to create a feeling around that vision as well.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to love this too, Dr. Anna, because there's 5 categories to an authentic future board. So that's, again, one of the things that make it so different. And one of those 5 is mind and body. So absolutely, the mind and body are equally, and this could be shocking to people, I really believe equally as important as career, equally as important as finance, equally as important as knowing what we like to do for joy and for happiness, and of course, as our relationships. So those are all 5. But it is such an important piece. And I think, especially before this year, it was, health is something that was easy to kind of take for granted for a lot of people. But if we aren't paying attention to strengthening, nurturing our body and our mind, and, exercising, doing those types of things, then we're not going to be living our best life in any of the other 4 categories. So you're absolutely right. It's such an important piece of it. And the future board is really mapping out each of those categories, best case scenario, so that we can live them.
Yeah, I love that. I love these 5 categories. All right. So what do we do to get started now?
Yeah. So really the first thing that everyone should sit down and do is ask themselves what they want. Again, like I said, it's probably going to be harder than you're expecting. But if you can ask yourself, okay, best case scenario, if I could have anything in the world, anything, what would I want my relationships to look like? What is the dream case scenario? Do I have, mentors and girlfriends or whatever? And really think about all the people in your life. Next, finances. So if money was never a question in my life, how would I spend that money? So we're coming at it from top down, which is, again, a much different way to look at it. Mind and body. What makes me my optimum? How do I relax? Am I using yoga, meditation? How am I taking care of myself? And then going through and finding out what brings me joy. So passions and joys is one of our categories, which is the hardest for most people because most people don't spend any time on that, but it's a big one. It's one that teaches us how to create happiness ourselves.
And it's so transformational. That is such an important,
huge
aspect, and a meditation to do, to really look in, okay, really what brings me joy, really what makes me happy. I mean, I had Sonia Choquette on recently, and she was talking about getting in touch with that inner voice. And I love that. And earlier I had Bella Gandhi on, who's the dating expert. And she asked me, what makes you happy? Who makes you happy? What are the characteristics of that person that makes you happy? And just that mental shift in really tapping into that. Oh my gosh, why does this person make me so happy? What is bringing me joy in my relationship with this person or these historical people that have been in my life? What was so special about that? And that for me has been a really beautiful transformative practice and realization.
And also when you're focusing on that, number one, you're creating more of it, right? So you're creating more of it from new people that you're going to interact with and meet, but you're also heightening that in the relationships that you do have. And that's one of the things that most people are focusing on, all the faults, right? So if we can switch that, and I love that, focus on, the parts of the people in our life that bring us joy, as well as how do we bring joy into our life, it's such a powerful thing.
And what does that look like on your vision board, the joy and passion piece?
So for me, travel is huge. That is one of my ultimate ways to really, when I'm on a trip, I'm in an ultimate state of joy, even when it doesn't go exactly as planned. So I have lots of travel here. Photography is another one that for me, I know, especially, during COVID when we were in lockdown and we didn't have access to do the things we would normally do. I know that if I take my camera and go out and shoot the things that I'm interested in, that will bring me joy. It will bring me joy for an hour. It will bring me joy for multiple hours as I'm editing the pictures. So kind of just getting that understanding of what is it that I like? For me, cooking has also really come into that the last couple of years. It didn't start as a passion and joy, but the more you do anything, the better you get at it, which starts to feed your kind of joy and passion. And what winds up happening is it becomes such a beautiful stress relief. It makes you understand that you are in control and can bring yourself joy and happiness with simple things. So there's just so many amazing benefits to it. And that one will probably be one of your hardest ones, because those are things that most people just don't put a lot of value on, sadly, but I think that's changing, which is exciting.
I think it's a priority, right? Because at the end of the day, what matters most, it's how you feel and how you've made others feel.
Yeah.
And, supported, loved, encouraged, happy, joyful, cherished. Oh my gosh. I love
Yeah.
that. My daughters ask, what do you want for Christmas? Your undying love and affection. And,
Right.
so those are the things that, especially as mom. Now you're a single mom too, a single mom with 3 kids. And you, like you said, you created transformation in your life, and you've taught your children how to future board as well. Can you share with us like what that looks like for you now?
Oh, absolutely. I've been teaching them to build their boards. I think my son was about 7 when he first built his. He was 5 when our divorce happened. And my girls have been building theirs probably since they were about 5 years old as well. And all of them have manifested. In fact, my son, he has wanted to play college football. He's a senior in high school right now, in homeschool right now. He's not getting a senior year at the moment. But he has achieved every one of his dreams that he set out to do. He's gotten 4 college offers. He just got a scholarship offer. He's got a D1 football scholarship offer. And so it's amazing to see your children. It's one thing to manifest for yourself. That's always good. But man, when you see your children manifest their dreams, and work towards them and kind of understand how to create, how to change negativity that's happening in their mind, how to focus on what they want. Man, I just wish I knew this stuff when I was their age.
Oh, so true. Absolutely. And I love seeing that. And we're working on this future boarding for our entire Girlfriend Doctor community. And so let's start with creating this pillar of joy and passion. What does our audience need to do right now? We're going to get in touch with what brings us joy. What are we passionate about? What do we feel lit up with, right? Like, and this, and find these things. And then you talk about finding these photos that most represent that, in reality.
Yeah. So when it comes to passions and joys, unless you're a person who already kind of knew you had, I hate to say the word hobbies, because a lot of women are like, who has time for hobbies anymore? Then you're probably going to have to experiment a little bit. A great place to start is, what are some things you always in the back of your mind kind of thought you wanted to try? Did you ever want to take a salsa class? Did you ever want to, take a French cooking class, whatever? So what we're trying to do, this is the one area where we're not focused on huge dreams. I'm much more interested on, how do I make my life balanced and full today and as I grow, as I up level. So this is teaching us how to have skill sets that really fulfill us, that help us kind of, disconnect and all of that. So that's a great place to start, is kind of going through that quick inventory. Hey, what are some of those things I always wanted to do? Then the second place, which I have many women do, is think of yourself like you did your kids, right? For those of us who are moms out there, we put our kid in art class, we put them in ballet, we put them in all these things. And then it kind of rises to the top what they wind up ultimately liking. For me, taking my kids out to see the horses several times. The first couple times they didn't like it, and now they love horses, and they would, gladly muck a stall. So passion grows over time. And I think a lot of people expect it to be that way instantaneously. The first time I try something, I'm supposed to be in love with it. Listen, it's not that way with anything. So why would it be that way with our passions and joys? So, pick up painting, start cooking, just whatever it is that kind of interests you, and stick to it the same way you'd have your kids stick to it until you kind of decide, yeah, this is for me, or not so much for me. Because I'm telling you, it will really, really be one of those tools in your back pocket that you can always use. My clients who've been doing this for several years, had all those supplies during our first lockdown in COVID. And we're so grateful that it was something that was really starting to grow. And, now as a passion, some people are turning it into a business, whatever that is.
Yeah. And then just reinventing themselves. And look, been there and done that. And I have to just say, we're horse people here too, Sarah. We've got 3 horses here in Texas. And, that always was a passion of mine. And now it's a passion of my daughters. But there was times in my life, probably 20 years, where I didn't even ride a horse. So, I think it's like, what were those things that, listening to what did you love as a child, right? What really lights you up and sparks you? I think that's really important to understand as well. All right. Well, final steps. We've got to wrap. I want to thank you so much for your time, but tell everyone where they can find you. I know your book is available at your website, Amazon. And this is a great resource.
Thank you so much. So it will teach you everything. It teaches you where to find the right pictures, which, quick tip, we use Pinterest. We do not use magazines. So no magazines. We're actually custom creating our life, which means you have to custom find the pictures. So that's a big tip right there. But it's going to walk you through literally everything. All the homework is in there. I'm a big believer in, if you spend $15 for a book, you should have everything you need to know. And you can get it at Target, Barnes & Noble, of course, Amazon, anywhere books are sold. And I just encourage all of your audience and everyone out there to really take the time, especially because we're coming into the new year, take that time, really decide what it is you want, put it out there, put it in front of you. And I am telling you, it is almost magical how quickly it's going to start showing up in your life. It's really incredible.
I love it. And those 5 areas, again, we're going to have passion and joy. We're all focusing on that. We are not letting passion and joy slip. So that's the number 1 area for us here in the Girlfriend Doctor community. And then what were the other 4 areas?
Yeah, mind and body, wealth and finances, career, or if you want to retire, kind of how you're spending your time, and then our relationships.
Yes. And the relationships are so important. As a single mom of 3, what's going on with your dating relationships? How are you manifesting there? Yeah.
So funny, because this is something I obviously work with lots of women on. For me, it was always really important. I wanted to raise my children through high school on our own. We've traveled the world. We've been to 7 countries. We're headed to Europe, hopefully in July again. So that has been my center focus. But interestingly enough, I have lots of relationship pictures on here. I just aged them to the age that I will be when my kids are graduated high school. So I know the love of my life is out there. I'm not stressed about it, not worried about it. But I want to have fun with my kids. And then when that's over, I'll be ready for him.
I love it. I love everything that you're doing. And I want to thank you so much for being here and sharing your amazing story and also your talent, your giftings with our Girlfriend Doctor community. Again, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. You guys check out #Futureboards, and not just check it out. You guys do this work, right? We are doing this work together. We are building our future boards in each of these 5 areas and really going to manifest what we want for ourselves. How's the saying go? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We're not doing that here. We are going to plan for success and true transformation, but it truly comes from what you feel inside. So thank you again, Sarah, for being here. And for my audience, we will be right back. The Girlfriend Doctor Club is here. We've been building our community for years on Facebook and Instagram through the Girl Talk questions that you send in that I answer on my website and in the newsletters and messages that I send out to you every week over email, talking about what matters most to all women everywhere. Now we're taking this to the next level. And yes, creating the Girlfriend Doctor Club. I am super excited about this. It is the perfect way to jump into 2021, linking arms with each other for inspiration, support, encouragement, and so much fun. So join the Girlfriend Doctor Club for just $1 in January. And believe me, you don't want to miss our inaugural month. We are dedicating January to making all our health and wellness dreams come true. Here's a little bit of what we're planning. We're going to start with my signature Keto Green Challenge to get you back on track with your fitness and health goals. We all need this after 2020, right? We're going to alkalinize you, girlfriend, and we're going to eat the best, healthiest, and delicious foods you can imagine while boosting your immunity and helping you lose weight. We can do it together. We'll also have weekly all-star guest appearances from my best girlfriends who are world-renowned fitness experts and health gurus. We'll also have weekly online meetings in the Girlfriend Doctor Clubhouse to talk about the questions we all want answers to and to really empower each other to elevate our lives. We'll have menus, motivation, and so much more. So join for $1 in January and then get the rest of the year at over 50% off the regular membership prices. This means you'll have access to the exclusive club for under $50 a month. This club is my way of giving back to you, girlfriend, because you have given me so much love and support over the years. I wanted to create a place where we can say what we want and then go after it together. There's so much healing in community. All year long, you'll get special savings on my products and programs. I'll be designing fitness, health, and motivational challenges for you. And there are a few surprises I'm cooking up too. Please join us. I can't wait to see you in the club. This one click will change your life. Wow, girlfriends, let me tell you, we are going to Futureboard it right now. So hashtag Futureboard. Definitely tag me if you want to snapshot a picture of your Futureboard and post it on social. Hashtag and tag me at the Girlfriend Doctor. I want to see all of your Futureboards. Right now, take 15 minutes and start journaling in each of these 5 areas. What do you want to manifest for yourself this year? There's no time for resolutions. There's time for serious business here. Have fun and experience the joy. We are here to flourish, embrace, shine, and awaken. And we are doing that this 2021. Don't forget, my Girlfriend Doctor Club, we're getting Keto Green right away, doing our Keto Green Detox Challenge. And I can't wait to see you inside the membership site. All right, you guys, see you next time. Mwah. Happy New Year.